my friends, this is Danielle, the painting turtle, and I am here with another idea. The holidays are coming up, and if you haven't got your cards yet, or if you have a few people that you really want to make something special for, I have a little idea for you. This is a piece of, well, you know what? I had it in my head and now it's gone. It is a piece of bee-inspired watercolor paper. And these are paintbrushes, Artist Loft. Nothing expensive. Very inexpensive, but very, very good to work with. I also have, it is Prussian Blue, Daniel Smith watercolor. That's all I'm using right now. So I'm just going to dip into my dirty water because I did not get fresh water this morning. I dip into my dirty water. I already have my Prussian Blue that is soaking. I have a new one on the way, Prussian Blue, a tube. Well, I didn't put the order in yet, but I'm going to. This is just a inexpensive little board. I got it at the Walmart. And we're just going to put blue on here. All different strengths of blue. I was talking about the Prussian Blue. When I was visiting my son, he got a big thing of Prussian Blue. Big. And he squirted some in my little travel case, and it's just the best stuff ever. I have a little fuzzy right there, so I guess we're just going to leave it. And Tigger is here to play with us and help us out. Can you please? Thank you. Good boy. And so that one works amazingly. When I got home, I realized I do have Prussian Blue in my kit. But mine is a small tube. Don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but I did get it from Michael's. I don't know what's wrong with it, but it won't stay together. It is crumbly. It's a crumbly mass in my little paint well. It still works. It's just, you pretty much have to fill the well with water and then scrape off all the crumbles because it's just not the best. Anyway, I don't know what happened to it. I don't know why it's like that. But see, you can see the little crumbles. There's crumbles in there. It's just paint. It's not going to hurt anything. But I truly don't know why that one is all crumbly and the other one is so perfect. And it takes a lot more for this one to get to activate. I have to usually put a lot of water in there and then just let it sit for quite a while. And come back to it, and then it'll activate. So I don't know what the problem is. I love Daniel Smith watercolors, and I literally have never had a Daniel Smith watercolor do this. So I will have to, I'm going to order another big tube because it's the prettiest color. I love this color. This is such a beautiful color. So all I'm doing here is just putting a lot of different values of the same color on a sheet of watercolor paper. I did not water the paper first. You saw that some places I did put a little bit of water down and then I added the color to it. No problem. We're not going for anything specific here. When you think you're finished, you're finished. When you're done playing with it, then you're done. And it's all good. And so I am going to say that this one is done. And I'm always looking for something new to do at the holidays for a Christmas card or holiday card, whatever floats your boat. I like, Christmas is my jam. I love Christmas. It's a pretty time of year. I live in an area where there's a lot of snow, usually, not always. There are times where we don't have a whole lot of snow. And it's really odd. Like last year, I don't think we had snow right away at Christmas time. And I was happy because like, I grew up in Texas. So it didn't bother me that much, but it bothered so many other people that it started to bother me because I was like, oh, I'm sorry. But, you know, we've had warm winters before. I've been up here for 30 some years now, and we have had warm winters before. Most of the time, you have to bundle up to go trick or treat. And we have had at least 2 that I can remember where kids were running and having a great time because it was warm for Halloween. Anyhow, okay, so I'm going to let that dry, and I will be right back. And since that is taking a few minutes to dry, I thought I would show you ones that I already did. Plus, it's noisy. Excuse me. I got these 2 punches from, I think, from Hobby Lobby. They look very similar. I know this one came from Hobby Lobby. I think this one did too. You can use any punch that you have. You can put it through a die cutting machine. You can take your paper and do whatever you want to with it. You can cut it in squares if you want to. Rectangles, you can make whatever shape you want of it. This was easy enough for me to just like pop these out. And I didn't mention that the tape I was using was from the Dollar Tree. It's just, it works great. Doesn't rip the paper that I've seen so far. But yeah, works pretty spectacularly. And so I just punched out some different little things, and all the colors are kind of in the same direction. So to me, this is like the perfect little thing that you can do for a Christmas card, or any card really. I mean, it doesn't have to be Christmas. It can be just like a hi, how do you do card. It could be anything. You need a nice dark green color, I would say. Let's see. I think I'm gonna use my Under the Sea Green. Under the Sea Green. And maybe some of the Olive Green. Olive Green is by Winsor Newton, and Under the Sea Green is by Daniel Smith. And then I'll also get a little bit of drip on my neutral tint, which is also from Daniel Smith. That little guy, he does make some. Okay, so I'm just going to do one of these really quick, and then that's it. That's all we're going to do, just one. I think I like this one for this. I think I really like that one. Yeah, let's try this one. Are you recording? Yes, we are. And so I'm just going to load up my brush with, I'm using the very tiny one now, a 3. These come in a packet for $5. I think it's $5.99 actually at Michael's. And I have really fantastic brushes. I really do. But I got these, I thought well, I get a pack of these for like acrylic paint and my inks and whatever, and I do have a pack for that, and that's fine, but they're so nice, and I used them for watercolor first, and I was like, those are super duper nice. I really like those. So again, I just got a bunch of this green, Under the Sea Green, and so it's pretty. It's I know they go by like tea consistency and milk and then cream or something. I don't remember. But anyway, I really think this is just a good, nice, thick. I'm just going to make a nice little, I was going to say stem, but maybe a tree. We're going to just do a nice little, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just a little Christmas tree, or maybe it's just a tree that is in your backyard. And I'm going to add a little extra to it just to make sure that it's nice and dark in the center before it dries too much. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to this. You could put anything on there. You could, if you're really good at drawing, you could put a snowman on here. You could draw a deer. You could draw whatever you want to on there. Whatever your little heart desires. And for me, it looks like there's a little slope right there. So it's kind of like on the hill right next to the snowy slope. And some of that green got in there and it just made it kind of pretty. So that to me is just adorable. So yeah, we could do another one real quick. I don't really see a spot on this one really. Maybe we'll make a bigger tree on this one. And we'll try a little bit of the, just so we use both of them, the olive green. And we'll just make us a nice big tree. And we'll just start at the top. And we'll just go down. And you're just kind of dabbing. And if it gets too thick in one place, then you can always go back and straighten it out a bit. You're just kind of going a little bit here and a little bit there. Kind of going back and forth. And I think, to my liking, I think it needs a little darkness. Because that just seems like it's a little too light for me, especially at the bottom. And I think this Under the Sea green is just really nice, dark, beautiful green. And then you have a two-tone tree, which is really absolutely awesome. And my heater is going, and man, is it warm in here. I don't like warm, and I don't like it too cold. Okay, so you can also put the little, yeah, look at that. That looks nice. And there you are. You have a nice little, I'm gonna say Christmas tree, because for me that's a Christmas tree. And then do the same thing. This one's just a little bit bigger because the hill, for lack of a better term, is not there. So we're just gonna make it a little bit of land to stand on so that it doesn't look like it's just floating somewhere in time. But yeah, you could do that on any size. I did one earlier, and that one, the green, is just a little more pronounced underneath it. But then after that, then you can get really creative with the whole thing. So hold on one second. Okay, so I went and got my Dr. P.H. Martin pen white, because it works better than most watercolor whites. It just does. And my squirter doesn't really work anymore, so I'm just gonna drip a little bit of this right here. And I'm sure you understand, you know what I'm gonna do. We're gonna do this with this one because this one is dry. This one I added more to it off camera because it just seemed like it needed to be a little darker at the base. So hold on one second. Okay, I just had a little visitor for a second there. And we're going to just take and put a little bit of, whoop, my white kind of got dried. We're just gonna randomly put a little bit of white here and there on top of these beautiful little branches that we made. Those ones are way back in the back. And we're just going to put that on there because it has snowed. It's winter time. And all this chatting I've done with my hubby gave everything time to dry more, so that's good. So we'll put a little snow on the ground too because it snowed. So yeah, there's snow. Yeah, and you could sprinkle snow, like white spots on there too if you wanted to. This one is still really wet, so we're just gonna leave him the way he is. He, she, your picture. Excuse me. It is that season where you have the heaters going all the time, and oh my goodness, it just dries out my throat. Yep. Seems like the older you get, the more things irritate your throat and body. And so we're just going to keep adding this until we're happy with it. Yeah. And then maybe we'll give it a little snow on the ground here too, because we can. Yeah. See how nice and easy that is? And anybody can do that. It's so cute. And this one I'll do later, but right now, I mean, if you can see, I put a lot of water on there. A lot of paint, a lot of water. We're just going to let that one sit for a while because it'll look nice when it's dry. And the fun thing about the pen white, it can sit there and you can reactivate it with water. The other thing about that is if you drip water on your beautiful paintings, it can mess up your paintings. So just have that in your mind. Watercolor is like that. It just does that. And our paper has dried. You could put salt on this if you wanted to, and then it would have some sort of a cool texture to it too. I think I might do that next time. That's dried, so you could pop out more of these. And I also have this beautiful paper that I got from the Michaels. It's on clearance. Reflections shimmer cardstock paper. So this was on clearance for me, so I got this red, of course. You know. Okay, class, say it with me. All colors are beautiful as long as they're red. And how adorable is that? You could easily just do that and just send it out like that. You don't have to write Merry Christmas. You don't have to do nothing to it. You could do 2 of them if you wanted to. Oh, so cute. I'm going to do so many of these. This is not even funny. I'm going to be doing these forever. Yeah. You could do that. You could also not put crud on your card. Because, yeah, when I opened up my pen white, it kind of went crumble, crumble everywhere. Sassy stuff. Sassy, sassy stuff. You could also do this with colored papers. I did some colored papers. They don't have to be perfect, but like, I mean, seriously, you could still take your pen white and, whoop, I had a little fuzzy on there. You put your little pen white on here and just give it a little zhuzh. It's not the same color green. I don't remember which green this was. I did this one the other day. It's just practice to see if it would work. And I thought it worked rather nicely. And then you could put a little snow on the ground here too. Doesn't always have to be a lot of snow. It could just be a little. And you could decorate the edges, or you could do a bigger circle and you could put a different color behind there. So that would be nice. Hold on one second. I have one more thing that I thought would be kind of cool. I also have this Winsor Newton watercolor medium iridescent. That's kind of cool. So we're going to try this really quick. You just give her a little shake. And, oh, come on. A little shake, a little dab will do ya. And we're just going to take our bigger brush. And I'm just going to just kind of go around the edges. And give it a little sparkle. Because I can. Super duper easy. Be careful you don't put your fingers on wet paint and mess up your prettiness. But yeah, how easy is that? This is easier on the circly one than it would be on the bumpy one. The bumpy one would be harder. Yeah. And I think we have a little paint on the other side, so we're going to let that dry for a second. Okay, so I also put a little blue, the same blue we've been using around the edge of this one, just to give it a little definition. But then I thought, why not? We have so much blue lately. We have this blue over here. My little Tigger is getting into something. Hey, no. Thank you. Okay, so all you do is you dip a paintbrush into the iridescent medium. Get as much as you want, and then mix it into some wet paint. And now I'm going to put the lid on this so I don't dump it, because that is a thing that I might do, and I don't wanna. I don't wanna drop it. I mean, it's not horribly expensive, but still, who wants to waste all of it? I have done that. I have wasted a whole entire thing of not iridescent medium, but of an ink. I completely thought it was shut, and it was not. And I shook it. It went all over me, it went over the table. It didn't go on my artwork, so that was nice. But yeah, it went everywhere. Probably would have been better if it went on the artwork. So see, look at how cute that is. You could do it just in the top. I'm going to go all the way around because I want to. But that makes a beautiful little edge for your pretty little... I mean, you could put a string on these and give them away as ornaments. Wouldn't that be cute? There's another one of those clumpies. You go over there. But wouldn't that be the cutest little thing ever? You could make a bunch of these and give them away for ornaments. You could put a string on it and then still put it on a card with one of those restickable glues or stickers or whatever. Oh yeah, a little bit of that sparkly in there somewhere in the little edges. Ooh, that's pretty. Wow, I hope you can see that. I'm just scraping the excess of that silver that's down inside the brush into that blue that's already there. That one got a little bit thick, a little defined. Didn't want it that quite defined. But then we're just going to let this dry and see what it looks like when it's all dry. But yeah, how cool is that? This is just one of those cool little finds. I don't know how I didn't find it before. I may have seen it before and thought, well, that's adorable. And that was about as far as it went. And I didn't buy any. How silly am I for not buying any? And like I said, if you wanted to, you could just leave it there and you could just mix it in with something else. You can also take some of your pen white, mix it in there, and now you have a sparkly light blue. How cool is that? I don't know how sparkly that'd be. We could try it though. I have, oop, you just be still. I have a little piece of, come here, just colored paper. We could leave this on here and be like, see if it comes up sparkly or not. Why not, right? Some say why. I say, why not? You don't know unless you try. You don't know what you're capable unless you try. I used to say all the time, I can't do art. I don't say that anymore. Can't is not a word in my vocabulary. There are things that I cannot do. That's just fact, people. There's things that everybody struggles with, and that's okay. You don't have to be able to do everything, but you can do anything you put your mind to. My dad always said that. You can do anything you put your mind to. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry, and then I'll be back. And I think we're finished with all this. Like I said, I put a little bit of darkness around this one so you can see there's a dark edge. That's just the blue, so that's nice. But this one turned out so nicely. It's not quite dry yet, but, you know, it just makes it all more sparkly just to see it like that. And just that on a beautiful sparkly card. I just thought that was just adorable. I just put glue directly underneath the tree, and then I put my Dr. P.H. Martin, who's always helpful. He's always so helpful, you know, with also so many sorts of things. I just put him on top of it, and so then the edges are going to do whatever the edges do. And then that'll be fun. That'll be something different to look at. I do see that I just got a little piece of the white stuck there, and I don't really want that. I don't really want that. I'm going to have to clean off my pH Martin. Dr. pH Martin. If you know that, you know that. What about Bob? It's like my favorite. Okay, also, if you have any little bags, this is a bag that I got from somewhere else that was already used. No big deal. So if you want to give somebody a gift, you could always do that. So I took the one where we had the silver around the edges. What was the edge I missed? That's okay. And I put the little sparkles all the way around the edges, the Winsor Newton. We can fix that. And then I cut out some more little circles out of the paper that we made. And I put one on the back and I glued it together. How cute does that look? Oh my goodness, that's adorable. And then you can just glue that onto a bag or a card or whatever you want to. And just to show you, out of that piece of paper, I got 6 circles. And I started doing the circle-y circles because I couldn't get 6 of this because it's too big. What a dilemma. Sadness. Anyway, you could just cut this in squares. You could cut it in, you can make it one big one. It could be a beautiful, it could be something beautiful. When I started doing this, this is the first thing I did. And I thought, oh my goodness, this is gorgeous. This is not going to get cut. I just think that's pretty just as it is. I don't think it's going to get anything else done to it. As of right now, it's just going to sit and be beautiful. Or I can stare at it because I have just been staring at it because I just think that's just the prettiest thing ever. Anyhow, so that's what I got for you today. I thought that this was a really great idea, and I hope that you try it. Let me know what you think. Give me some thumbs up. If you do anything, give me a hashtag #thepaintingturtle28 or the hashtag paintingturtle. Hashtag #thepaintingturtle, excuse me. Yeah, so yeah, do that. Or just give me a comment. I would love to hear what you think about this. This was so much fun. So I will talk to you soon. Hope you have a wonderful day. God bless every one of you. And I will talk to you again very, very soon. Bye. Oops. I forgot to say one more thing. So real quick. This little number that we tried with the sparkles and the pH Martin white, pen white, and the blue. Well, it does have a little bit of a sparkle to it. I think if we used more of the iridescent medium, it would have probably been a sparkle, just like a big blue, light blue sparkly thing. It would have been awesome. Anywho, I just thought, oops, I thought I would show you that. Okay, have a great day. See you soon. Bye.